These fruity and spicy tea cake are absolutely great for breakfast. So why not give the regular tea and bread or hot chocolate a break and try this? You can enjoy them toasted with some butter or jam as well. And I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy them. Now let me show you how to make them. So to make this, we'll be needing some warm milk. We don't want the milk too hot or cold. So to check for warmness, you can just dip the tip of your finger into the milk and it shouldn't scald your fingers. It should just be warm enough. The warm milk will enable the yeast to activate. And into that, we're adding some yeast and sugar as well. Mix this together and cover with a cling film or a clean kitchen towel and allow the yeast to activate for about 10 minutes. So while that is activating, we'll measure out some flour. I will leave the full ingredient list in the description box below. And to that, we'll add in some salt and then we're going to grate in the zest of one orange into that. So to spice this up, we'll be adding some mixed spice, and this is also known as pudding spice or pumpkin spice. So this spice is mainly a combination of cinnamon, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and this is going to give the tea cakes a very nice aroma. So we're going to add that into the flour as well and then go in with some mixed fruit. So we're going to mix this together and then we'll go in with our yeast mixture. So by now this is what the yeast mixture is looking like, and if your yeast mixture doesn't look like this, toss it out and make another one because that means that the yeast is dead. So we're going to add that into the flour and then also add in 1 room temperature egg. So make sure the egg is at room temperature. Beat this together and add into the flour as well. We're also going to be adding in some melted and cooled butter. So melt the butter and allow it to cool for a little bit before adding it into the flour. So we're going to mix this together with a spatula until both the wet and dry ingredients are properly combined. So after mixing together, we're going to properly flour our countertop. Transfer the dough to the countertop, add in a little bit more flour to the surface of the dough, and then we are going to knead this for about 10 to 15 minutes or until we get a smooth dough. You can also use a stand mixer for this. So the dough is going to be quite sticky, but just properly flour your hands and keep kneading, and the end result is going to be amazing and you're going to totally enjoy it. So after about 15 minutes, this is what the dough is looking like. We are going to go ahead to form this into a ball. So after forming into a ball, we're going to get a clean bowl, add in a little oil to the bowl so that the dough doesn't stick to the bowl and it also doesn't dry out while rising. So we're going to transfer the dough to the bowl and also coat the top with some of that oil. Cover the top with a cling film and allow the dough to rise until it has doubled in size. So the time for this may vary. It will take anywhere between 45 minutes to 2 hours depending on how hot or how cold where you stay is. So if you live in a cold place, you may want to put the dough in the oven to rise, but make sure the oven isn't turned on. But you can just turn on the lights of the oven. But if you live in a very hot place, you can just leave it on your countertop and allow the dough to rise there. Or if your microwave has the proof function, you can also use that. But the important thing is that the dough doubles in size. So after about 1 hour, this is what my dough is looking like, and you can see that it has visibly doubled in size. So we're going to punch out the air from this, transfer it to the worktop and then knead it for about 1 to 2 minutes. This is just to remove more air from the dough. And this is so that we don't have large air pockets in the tea cakes after baking, and it also makes it easier to shape into balls because we're going to be shaping these into round balls. So after kneading, we're going to be cutting this into 8 equal parts. So you can use a kitchen scale to measure it and cut it into equal parts, or you can also just eyeball it. I just decided to eyeball this and cut it into 8 parts. So after we've gotten the 8 parts, then we are going to go ahead to form this into a ball by just using our hands to flatten this to a disc, and then we'll just fold it in together like shown in the video. And after folding it together, we are going to go ahead to roll this up on the countertop, and this is what it looks like after rolling. So we're going to go ahead to do this for the rest of the dough. So flatten the dough out into a disc, fold the sides together, and then roll this on the countertop to form into a ball. So after forming into a ball, we're going to transfer this to a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and this is what the dough is looking like. So we're going to gently press this down, not too much, just gently, as we are still going to allow this to rise again. So after this, we're going to cover with a cling film and allow it to rise for another 45 minutes to 1 hour. So you can either leave this on the countertop or you can put this in your oven like you did for the first rise. So if you allow the dough to rise in the oven, after about 45 minutes, you're going to take this out and then preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Or if you allowed yours to rise on the countertop and you can see that the dough has doubled in size, then you can go ahead to preheat your oven so that your oven is ready for baking. So we're going to go ahead and bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And after baking, this is what they look like. The aroma in the kitchen now, absolutely amazing. But we are not done yet. We just have one final touch. We are going to be melting some butter and then brushing this over the tea cakes. This will give it that glossy and shining look and also improve the taste of the tea cakes. So look how shiny, glossy and absolutely beautiful this looks, and this is what the bottom part is looking like. So you can go ahead to cut this up, toast it and then enjoy with some butter or jam with a cup of tea or hot chocolate, and this tastes absolutely amazing. If you try this recipe, let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I will come your way again with another absolutely banging recipe.